Hi viewers, as you will aware that I am Dr. Jetning Yellosa, running a YouTube channel called Law Speeches. In English, in Hindi it is called as a Nyaya Prasang, and in Telugu it is a Nyaya Prasangalu. Time to time I am posting my lectures on the various aspects of law as well as the world affairs. And today we discuss the day before yesterday on 17th of November 2025, the Bangladesh International Criminal Tribunal had pronounced a very remarkable judgment in which it convicted its former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina of awamileague party and also two others, in which Sheikh Hasina was and her home minister during her regime Asaduddin Khan was given the death punishment, whereas one more minister was given 5 years of imprisonment. Now we know what is the meant by International Crimes Tribunal, whether it is a purely international or it is a domestic. Though the name is stating that it is an international, but it is not an international crime tribunal. It is a purely a domestic tribunal constituted under the Act of 1973. You know, for creation of the Bangladesh was not an easy task. The Pakistan and was bifurcated, whereas the Pakistan earlier we considered as a East Pakistan, West Pakistan, and the Bangladesh was a part of the West Pakistan under the Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. They fought very heroic battle, and ultimately the India was also involved, and there was a war between India and Pakistan, and ultimately Bangladesh was created. So Bangladesh was liberated, we can say it, in 1971. So during that time, the Rajakars, Al-Bidar organization, Hal Swami organization were strongly supporting the Pakistan that the Bangladesh should not be created, and there were lot of massacres took place, and thousands of innocent people were massacred or killed, raped. So all sorts of genocide, crimes against humanity took place during that Bangladesh liberation. When the Sheikh Mujibur Rahman came to power, as he be considered as an architect of Bangladesh, a father figure of Bangladesh, yeah, to investigate the matters, they had enacted the International Crimes Tribunal. It is purely a domestic tribunal and nowhere related to international level. The government appoints the members, chairman and prosecutor, where internationally there it has no effect or impact. So when the Tribunal was constituted in 1973. Act was made. Again, there was the purpose of the 1973 Act was to unravel or punish the persons who committed atrocities during the time of Bangladesh liberation. Again, when the Awami League party took power in 2008 elections, again it re-established the tribunal in 2009. Basically, the tribunal consisting of two houses. One is Tribunal 1 and Tribunal 2. Initially, the international agencies also supported the formation of the tribunal, but later, because of its functioning of in biased manner and also siding the principles of justice, not following it, the tribunal was not so active. But again, it was reactivated in 2009 by the Awami League party when it came to power there. And as I told you, there are two chambers are there to tribunal. That is Tribunal number 1 and Tribunal number 2. The first chamber, the Tribunal number 1, was functioning from the 25th of March 2010, whereas the second chamber, that is Tribunal number 2, is functioning from the 22nd March of 2012. I just told you that this is a domestic tribunal, and whatever decisions or judgments are made by this tribunal will go to the appellate jurisdiction of the Supreme Court of Bangladesh. As on today, the Tribunal 1 is headed by the Ghulam Mortuza Mozumdar, and Tribunal number 2 was headed by the Nazrul Haslam Chowdhury. And chief prosecutor for the tribunal is Muhammad Tajul Islam. And special advisor to tribunal is Toby Cadman. So, in 2012, because constitution was made of the tribunal, and first time the locus Islamist party, the Jamaat-e-Islam, two functionaries of the party were convicted or indicted by the tribunal. They belong to thereafter the two Bangladesh nationalist party leaders will also be convicted by this tribunal basing upon they committed the war crimes. And the first person to get the conviction, death punishment, was the Abdul Kalam Azad by the tribunal. So initially, I told you that the United Nations and also the European Union, they supported the tribunal formation and the functioning of the tribunal, but later, because of the non-observance of the international law rules, basic rules, tenets of the legal principles, the many international organizations, they have expressing the doubts and opposing the functioning of this tribunal, like United Nations Human Rights Commission and also Human Rights Watch, the Washington-based NGO, Amnesty International, and also some more international organizations have criticizing the functioning of the tribunal, basing upon that they are not following the basic principles of the law that they ought to follow. and it became a political motivated tribunal, and also the decisions are also basing upon the political motivations. Again, in 1973, Act was amended. Now, earlier only individuals were the parties for the tribunal, but when it got amended, now even the political parties can also be liable for crimes against humanity and war crimes. That was added by making the amendment to the 1973 Act of the International Crimes Tribunal, ICT. The things are like that. You know, August of 2024 and 25 of August of 2024, I have seen, Bangladeshi government under the leadership of the Sheikh Hasina, they came out with a job reservation policy that those who fought for the independence in 1971, they should be given special job opportunities or concessions in the public employment. That led to the raising of protest across the Bangladesh, particularly in the universities. Students came out to streets, and they had protested that this is not a policy that should be implemented in Bangladesh. And they were subverted by the then government of Awami League Party, Sheikh Hasina. But things are gone beyond control, and the 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 then Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Sheikh Hasina, was forced to leave India, and India granted the political asylum to the Bangladeshi former Prime Minister. Then the things are like this. The Muhammad Yunus, the Nobel laureate government, came to Bangladesh, and they started the proceedings against the Sheikh Hasina, and then Home Minister Kamal Khan, and also one more person called Abdullah Al-Manmunun. So the proceedings were started in the International Crime Tribunal against these three persons, alleging that they committed crimes against humanity and also the war crimes. So they were responsible for the killing of 1,400 persons, and also dropping the bombs from the helicopters, and they responsible for the mass killing of the innocent citizens. And the chief prosecutor, Sheikh Hassin, was appointed, and from the defense, the Bangladeshi government appointed Muhammad Amir Hussain to defend the alleged persons. So the charges were framed on the 1st of June 2025, and the proceedings were conducted in absentia, because Sheikh Hasina, she is in India. She boycotted the tribunal, stating that it is a politically motivated tribunal to harass her. And the chief prosecutor, Muhammad Tajul Islam, he conducted the proceedings, and the judges were the Ghulam Mortuza Mozumdar, he was the chairman, and Muhammad Mohitul Haq, Inam Chowdhury, and Safil Alam Muhammad. So these are the members who found that in July Revolution of 2024, and that was crushed by the Sheikh Hasina with willfulness, with maliceness, and also she had resulted, she committed the crimes of humanity and the war crime. She is liable for death punishment. The punishment was awarded on the 17th of November 2025. So just I told you that earlier some international agencies were supporting this process of the tribunal, functioning of the tribunal, because now many international agencies have not supporting this, because the Human Rights Watch, Amnesty International, and many more NGOs, the fighting for human rights across the globe, they are stating that this kind of a tribunal is basically have the political motivations. Then how can render the genuine justice? So that was the, and India was there is a Awami League party was very close to Indian government, and India granted the political asylum, and there is a no agreement is there between India and Bangladesh with regard to extradition processes. So many thinkers, they have expressing that India won't hand over the Sheikh Hasina to Bangladesh. Still, the media is reporting the matter in internationally in a high-fi manner, but the tribunal judgment, many more has expressing that it may not be implemented. So it is nothing but to crush the political life of the Awami League Sheikh Hasina. Sin time to come, we see the developments, but thing is that Bangladesh is a developing country, and it should not be polarized because of the political the power, and all the political parties, they should see that they should not precipitate these developments, and they all work for the prosperity of Bangladesh, a prosperous Bangladesh and peaceful Bangladesh. So thank you for watching my lecture. If you feel that my lecture is knowledgeable and good, please circulate among your friends and communities. Thank you, one and all.